to practice the law that was just as written in books, but the crooked practices that didn't favor the oppressed. It's for him saying yes to politics, hoping to convince a regime that was only run by the elite. It's for Robert Sobukwe in solitary confinement and his comrades that didn't love their lives to death only to see their leaders walking free, leaders that utilize their tongues as whips, giving lashes upon the back of the apartheid creed. Is for the 1976 youth with youth. It's for the 1976 youth with riots that brewed on their pots, with the riots brewed in the pots of their hearts, dished as protests since they couldn't stand being lectured in a tongue that was foreign to them. It's from Mbuyisa as he held the flowering Hector Peterson that had withered because of a bullet that had trampled over him. It's from Mbuyisa as he had enveloped in his heart the cries of his fellow students in a heroic manner as he had become the face of freedom, only to flee the country, losing the family that had nurtured him from a thought to his mother's uterus, and only to be found in an asylum in Canada without any identity. He did it for freedom. Then the rest took place. Robben Island became the uninaugurated university for graduates that had written with pain our heritage, and in the closet of their hearts they emptied any rage that was perpetuated by the occurrences of the past. Hence our national anthem says, Nkosi sikelele Afrika maluphakanyiswe uphondo lwayo, Nkosi sikelela thina usapho lwayo. There's a reason why Enoch Sontonga didn't say God bless black people, because like any God appointed prophet, he saw a South Africa that existed with multi-ethnic races in harmony. The future that he told from that piece of essay that he wrote certainly came to pass, and the old went out to vote on the 27th of April 1994 as they handed to the youth the democracy as if it was a 1-month-old infant, since they understood that this future would be caressed with care on the hands that knew no dirt. But now if we can look back and compare the times, the scales wouldn't be parallel. Crime has become the face of the youth. It's like a bundle of obstacles that have been tied on our backs like a burden. Materialism, early pregnancy, inequality, scarce education are the traits that protrude whenever you mention a young person in South Africa. The old are not for us, they are against us. And if a proverb echoes that the road is best known by them that have journeyed it, how can you ask them if they never tell? But allow you to fumble and preach blackness as if their teachings are not light enough to burn lanterns that are not used. Where have we forsaken the biblical tamings that spoke of God pouring his spirit on all people, the old alike prophesying, seeing visions and having dreams? What happened to Habakkuk 2:2, writing down the vision plain on tablets so that he who reads it may run? What happened to the old writing the wisdom that had carried them to gray hair on the slates of our minds? This is not a poem, but a groaning, calling a youth that is not excused from God's favor. For if he molded you from dust and his breath hugged your nostrils as it made its way to your lungs, then without any doubt he had a plan for you, and his plan as scribbled in his word declares that you were fashioned for prosperity. No matter how many may belittle the dream that have made your heart their sanctuary, he will make sure that they come to pass. But then all that's required of us is to be humble and make prayer the only weapon that will dismantle the powers of any foes.
Sure.